Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes, so it makes it look like I spent hours cleaning. No, I didn't.
It makes my running shoe look like new.
I know my Old Spice PG when I smell it.
That's me, Mr. Cole.
Hey, Rad, what's up? Online gamer, how's it going? I need somebody to tell me how you guys find my random live streams, because I haven't really tried, but I don't know how to search on YouTube just to find random people that are online. I tried it once and I didn't find an answer quickly, so I just gave up really fast, but I know you're a regular, Rad. I appreciate it. I just it's just a random, like, why not live stream my working on the page here. So Joey, did I trace this? I mean, I guess I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, I know what you mean by tracing, but no, I mean, you can see I'm just drawing it. I work it out in like thumbnail form beforehand, but I'm not tracing anything. Well, I'm glad too, Rad. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah. Obviously, I sketched these out. Well, thanks, Joey. I'm just I like to use the phrase enthusiastic amateur. Just making my own comics. Having fun doing it. So, Joey, I have a friend, this gal that I do these lives with. Her name's Jessica, and if you go back on my channel, if you care to, you can see I've got all these lives up there where it's me and her drawing. She's one of my good friends, and so every Thursday at 5 o'clock Mountain Time, where we live, we do this, and then Saturdays at we used to do them at 10 o'clock Mountain Time, but we have to move it up for her schedule to like 8 o'clock. But we just sit here and just draw and chat and talk and have a good time. And then I just randomly will, like tonight, just sit down to work on pages. And I just decide to do it just cause. I mean, why not? So there are some random ones, but me and my pal Jessica, we do these twice a week, barring any like weird life events that stop us. She's a mom with 4 kids, and one of them is only like 3 months old at this point, so sometimes her schedule gets in the way. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people like to draw along if they do that, or just do anything else. We just sit here and chat, and we usually have like a good time laughing and talking about art or life or just any old weird thing. Me and her have been friends for a long time, so we got kind of a fun rapport, and it's just a fun thing we get to do. Hello, Zestiel, if I'm saying that right. All right, I'm glad. Does it mean anything in particular? I was saying to Zestiel, said that I said their name correctly, so I was wondering if Zestiel's name means anything in particular. No, that's fine. No, you're fine. I mean, that's what these lives are all about, you know. It's just having fun interacting. What kind of stuff do you draw, Joey the Great?
Have you had your Hershey's?
Dragon's Eyes and Bodybuilders. Hey, that's awesome. I mean, it's figure drawing and it's fun stuff. You know, drawing should just be something that brings you joy. So if that's what you've got, then that's awesome. Well, that sucks to have to throw it away, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? You on Instagram, Joey? Ah, it's all right. Let's say easy to share work there, and No big deal. Well, I like to do comic books, man. I'm a big comic book fan. I'm significantly older than you. If you said that you're a freshman in high school, I was a freshman in high school in like 1992. So, but comic books, it's just a way to tell stories, you know. People like to write novels or make movies but comics, if you come up with the story, no matter what the kind of story, action, adventure, superhero, horror, romance, whatever, you can do it in comics if you can draw it. And all you gotta do is have paper. So that's why I do what I do. So, and I've got story ideas that I want to tell. This is a fan comic I'm working on here. I've been doing for a while. I've made several books. This, I'm working on the final one. Basically, just if you like to draw, you just draw. Just like OK Comics is saying there. But I specifically like to tell stories. I don't like to just draw single pictures. A lot of people like to do that. I like to have a story to tell and tell it through comics. Like there's a finished page I just did recently. Wiley J, what's up? Oh, pardon me while I hiccup. Did I purposely cultivate a style, or did your art just come out as a certain way? I always find it interesting how one favorite artist. God, I don't know how to answer that. Yeah, OK Comics. This is a Masters of the Universe fan comic. OK Comics, if you care to see, I've made 5 volumes of this fan comic. I've been working on it for a long time. That's book 1 right there. And there's book 2. That's volume 3. Thanks, Joey. And then that's volume 4 right there. And then my most recent volume 5. This one right there. And I'm working on book 6. And I make them big. It's quite the pile. Anyway, Wiley, I'm not sure how to answer that because I would try to draw like the artist that I grew up with. And when I first started drawing, the best artist on the planet was Jim Lee. And so I kept trying to like adopt his style, and I kept doing a lot of his kind of little tics that he does. Then I grew to really appreciate Mark Silvestri and Joe Quesada and then Adam Hughes. And I was always trying to draw like them. And I still have moments where I'm trying to achieve something like them. But as I've gone on and just drawn pages, I realize that I'm not going to draw like them because I'm not them. And if I keep trying to chase them, I'll never get anything done. And I'll always just be disappointed. So I've kind of learned to just let my stuff just be what it is. And sometimes that's kind of okay. And sometimes it's kind of like, I could be doing so much better. You know, I'm always just disappointed in what I've done. It's very rare if I've ever like done a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm happy with this. But I just kind of have to let go of my hang-ups and just let it happen. I don't know if that answered your question, even in the slightest. I do, I do get excited and inspired by looking at a lot of artists and try to incorporate some of that energy in my stuff, but I don't know. I think I don't know if I have a style. I just try to make it look dynamic and interesting. Yeah. Who's your favorite kind of artists? Wiley. Oh, by the way, Wiley, I've been on it, the diet thing we talked about. A little over a week and a half. I'm down 10. Checked this morning. Adam Brooks say Dan Klaus is your favorite. That's a name I had never heard of before for the longest time until, honestly, the Cartoonist Kayfabe channel. And once everyone started hyping up that guy's work, I started paying attention and I realized that I've seen some of the work out there, but I've never collected any of it. I understand the high level of respect. I've never really seen it in detail, so I can't speak on it. So one of these days I need to get my hand on something. So yeah, I mean, it's not a name. I mean, there's so many creators out there all the time, and when I was younger, I was pretty tunnel visioned on, Image Comics. And I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. So, but like I said, I understand the level of respect that Dan Klaus has, and one of these days I'll collect up some work.
Great question. It's big enough for both the front and rear seats to enjoy the sky above.
Yeah, Adam, same, right? Yeah, I was all into those guys. You might be, Wiley. I mean, I'm 47. I knew John Buscema mainly from the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. So all that artwork was with me for a big chunk of my early drawing understanding as an early teenager. you want to draw like Simon Bisley, but there's only one. That's fair. Wiley, Unfortunately, sadly, no. And it makes me sad because there's nothing out there in terms of just comics that I can't wait to get. I do have Savage Dragon still on my pull list. I've had it since day one of 92 or whatever. I'm still collecting it to this day, but my stupid comic shop just can't seem to bother to put it in my hold like I've gotten requested. Like the last issue, they just never bothered to put it in there. And I'm kind of considering dropping it because it's just not as interesting as it used to be, but I kind of don't want to break my run. It's kind of okay, but I'm just kind of doing it out of habit. I don't get the joy out of it. And then the most comics that are new that I've read are the indie stuff that people have sent me to, asking me to review it on the channel for them. And I've read a lot of really amazing stuff I'm super happy with. Yeah, Adam, I recognize in one of the recent issues, like it was really obvious that he's gone digital in some ways. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah, Wiley, I'll occasionally catch a crowdfunded. That's true. I've got one or two in progress of getting. And if a particular artist that I really like jumps on something, I will pick it up. I don't read Batman comics, but I got the Silvestri Batman because I have to, because of Silvestri. If Adam Hughes draws anything, I will pick it up. I don't care what it is. I used to be that way about Jim Lee, but I won't pick up anything he does just because. And because I'm not a DC guy, he draws Suicide Squad or Superman or anything, and I don't care. Even Batman, I don't even care. I like Batman as a character, but I don't follow him in the comics. And you know what pisses me off, Adam, is that I just discovered today that there's a black and white artist edition of Silvestri work from that book, but it was made available only in France, and it's sold out. I'm like, why is this not announced? Why is it not available in American markets? Why the hell is it a secret? I would have bought that book in like no time flat. Yeah, and I want the physical book. I saw a guy has another YouTube channel, and he was reviewing. He got his hands on it, and all the comments were like, where did you get this? And I'm like, yeah, no shit. So I went looking it up, and it's like, yeah, available in France. You could order it and get it shipped to you, but it's, out of print or out of stock. I'm like, why the fuck do they make it in France? I don't get it. And I'm old school. I like to have something physical to hold. I hate reading comics on a digital device. If it's something I absolutely have to have, I will do it, but I hate it. I want to hold the physical book and have it. Much like this awesome thing everyone was all about when I got. People kept asking me, where the hell did I get this from and where can they get it? I'm like, unfortunately, you can't. I'm glad I jumped on this one when I did. Yeah, but one of these days I'm going to get my hands on that Silvestri black and white stuff. I'm so anxious to get it. D-Man, there's a Titans movie in the works? I can't begin to imagine how little I care because, again, I'm not a DC guy. I'm not a Titans fan in particular. Like, I don't hate them or anything, but I just don't care. But man, do I not care about anything DC movie related.
Power, the sensation of life, and peace of transformation.
I like some of them. I was all there for the Marvel stuff, D-Man, up till the end of Endgame. 10 years of just nothing but fun. I loved every bit of it in varying degrees, you know. But I was there for it. Now it's dead. Just like Star Wars is dead. I'm taking my kids to King Kong Godzilla, D-Man. My boys looked at that and they're like, Daddy, will you take us to that? I'm like, you bet your fucking ass, son. They're getting old enough that they want to go to movies now. And I'm okay with taking them to some King Kong Godzilla stuff. I'll go watch Monsters Smash Cities or whatever. And yeah, I only knew about the Cybernary series when Manabat drew it originally. And I think I saw it in passing. It was somebody else that wasn't even close. Sim Jones, are you going to attend ComicCon? I mean, I attend my local one in Salt Lake City, but I don't travel out of state to go to those things. My kids are, my oldest is 10, and my youngest is about to turn 9 next Tuesday. So they're 10 and 8 right now. Yeah, my oldest boy specifically has started to get a interest in stories and movies and action adventure and, you know, and I'm going to encourage the shit out of it. When I was able to get any work done when they were 2 and 4? At that point in their lives, I was married, and I had a very understanding wife who knew that I liked to draw. So she would, you know, help make sure I could kind of carve out some time. And I took the time when I could, but I also had to like divide up time between house, wife, kids, family, life. So it was tricky. But I don't regret any time I spent with the little ones as little kids, raising them. In fact, I miss the little versions of my kids. Just the sweet little guys that they were. Now they're grown-up little turds watching Minecraft videos. I'm like, oh, you little... watching this Minecraft stuff. Sim Jones, you wanted to be a comic manga artist and attending Comic-Con for the first time. Well, I mean, it depends on which Comic-Con you mean, but yeah, I definitely only am at the one local. But if you want to do it, man, just draw. That's the trick. That's the only advice that matters. Sit down and draw. Don't be one of those guys that talks about doing it. Sit down and actually do it. Do the work. Make something. Even if it's not good by your own eye, keep going, draw it, and then at least you've got something, and then keep going and make more, and you get better and better. It's just what you have to do. You just got to keep going, keep drawing, and you'll get better. I get that, D-Man. I do. I understand. I don't go to movies much anymore at all because they're all crap. But on the occasion, like I've seen Dune 2 twice, and getting the opportunity to spend time with my boys, I'm definitely going to take them to a movie, and we'll have that fun. Wiley, at my local Comic-Con, my table that I got, I kind of waited too long. I tried to get a table that's just in line. It's a little bit less expensive, something like $325, $350 for an inline table. But I waited too long, and all the inline tables were sold out. So my only option that was left was like an end cap table, which is prime real estate, but it was like $500 for 3 days. So I'm really hoping that I do well this next September, because I got to really make back my table fee, and that's going to be a little bit harder this time. But last Comic-Con I went, I made $1,000, so who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Yeah, Sim Jones, that's awesome, man. I mean, I got nothing but respect and, praise for anybody that wants to draw comics. And if you draw, just pay attention to storytelling, pay attention to anatomy. Don't learn exclusively from comics or manga. Like, you got to learn how to draw the human figure from life. Then you can start twisting it around and doing some stylistic stuff. But if all you're trying to do is the stylistic stuff, but you don't have the fundamentals, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb in a bad way. So learn to draw human figures, learn to draw buildings, and then eventually you'll be able to start making it your own. Well, D-Man, you're a good guy, so having yourself, that's not a bad thing. Adam, yes, if I do commissions at them, I absolutely do, because I'm a nobody, and when you're at a Comic-Con like that, and you're just surrounded by artists that are really good. Sorry, anyway, Adam Brooks. There's so many good artists, and I don't do color. So I do have some color pieces, but I pay people to do the color. But when I'm surrounded by people that are so good, I'm not exactly standing out. So what I've discovered is that I've got to find a thing that I have that no one else has, or there's a big audience for. And I've discovered two things specifically. It's the old Gargoyles cartoon. I've got a couple of prints of those Gargoyles characters, because there is a big crowd out there that loves that shit, and no one else does it in any of my local stuff. And Star Trek. There is a huge Star Trek nerd fandom out there, and they will buy up Star Trek prints. So between those two things and on-site commissions where people ask me to sit down and draw them a thing, which I do, that's how I make most of my money. But that's just because of what my art looks like. I mean, I'm okay, but when you're at a Comic-Con surrounded by artists who do nothing but the same type of shit you do, you suddenly realize how good you're not. How good all these other people are, and they're professionals at conventions, and they got big tables, and they got stickers and metal prints and big prints and all kinds of shit. And they don't even need to bother doing commissions. They don't even care. They just got so much stuff, and they're tapping into the cultural phenomenons, and they're doing Deadpools and Baby Yodas and stuff, and they're just kicking the shit out of you. And so it's hard to stand out. So again, that's why, like, for example, I discovered that Gargoyles and Star Trek are stuff people want, at least in my area, and I sell out of shit like that. And then again, the on-site commissions. And then my books, like I was saying, I've got those 5 books of mine that I made. That all combined, I did better last year than I ever have before. So it's a trick. It's a gamble. You mainly need to go and front the cash to get the table and your supplies because you love to do it, and not be concerned, as far as I'm concerned, like, if I don't end up making my money back, I still come away happy because I had a great time. And it's just a bonus if I actually made a little bit of cash. Sim Jones saying 100% about fundamentals. Been drawing for 5 years, but only saw growth after doing the fundamentals. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Yeah, you will advance so much quicker if you learn the basics and then go from there. Yeah, D man, I've been streaming a bit. Why not? Throw out there. If I'm gonna sit here and draw, why not? I just sit here and stream a bit. My first book, I've been working on these things for years. Like I started on the pages in book 1 something like 15 years ago, honestly, but I never thought that I'd ever have the means or the ability to publish anything. I mean, it's a fan comic, so I can't sell it, but I do take donations, and then that's how I get people a book. But I only first made the first one in print form like 4 years ago, and I've just been making one a year ever since. Since they're so big, it takes quite a while to get them done. But if people are waiting for my books, I want them to get what I feel is a worthwhile amount. Like, you're not getting just a 22-page comic. You're getting like 80 pages minimum. And I'm doing stuff I think is interesting, so. And yeah, you're right, D-Man. People don't even read comics like they used to. Yeah, it's dead. It's movies, manga, anime. So, yeah, you got to kind of do comics because you just love to. And then if you're lucky enough, you might find an audience for it. And that's why Mr. Chuck Gibson, I even messaged him recently, and I'm like, dude, I'm not worthy of the effort you're putting forth to me, Like, I'm not worthy of the effort that you're doing all this inking for me for free because he wants to. I said, I'm not worthy of you, dude. And he's like, actually, you're the most worthy because you make comics because you want to do it. And so many other people want to exploit the industry or just make money at it. He's like, so many people don't do it because they love it. And you have this burning passion to do a story despite all reason to not. And he told me he kind of respects that. And I'm like, well, that makes me feel better about myself. So, it was neat to hear, because I was trying to let Mr. Chuck Gibson know, like, dude, I appreciate what you're doing. It's so great, but I'm like, I don't deserve this. And he's like, no, actually, his words. He's like, you're the most worthy because you're doing it for the love and the passion, and it's helping keep him fueled and interested, he says. So it's kind of mutually beneficial. Yeah, D-Man, yeah, I believe that 100%. He wants to get rich, and, well, he's doing it. If only the comics were good. Again, I can't speak to it because I've never read one. I've just seen the reviews on it, but... Yeah, I don't know. I might pick up one or two of the books. If for no other reason, D-Man, then because of the hoopla surrounding it, maybe it'll generate some traffic my way. And as a result, help ad revenue with more views and throw a few bucks my way, and I'll get my money back out of it. Because I can actually see in the analytics of the channel where it'll show me what video has made how much money off ad revenue. And I've actually paid for a couple of books I've picked up just on that alone. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of working out. I'll do that. I ain't too proud. I need cash. So it's nice to make a little on the side and still do the shit that I like to do. I think you're probably right, D-Man. Certainly more exciting artistically. There's no denying that. And D-Man, tomorrow is Team Youngblood #1. Team Youngblood. And it actually was not that bad. Not great, but not bad. As compared to Liefeld's crap. Hell yeah, right? Oh, broke my tip. You know what, OK Comics, I haven't even seen the trailer. I just saw it like in passing for ads. I'll have to go check it out. Now you got me curious. You think with all the money that they can throw around, they could hire a really good artist, like a professional grade artist, and pay him a page rate that's pretty outstanding. But maybe it's just because the guy in charge doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He just sees a drawing and like, that looks good. That may be the case. I'm more interested in people getting a job because they're the best for it, they're the most qualified, as opposed to you've ticked a box on the socio-political acceptability meter. Let's hire you. Hey, Black Service announcement trademarked, real dope artwork. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. No diversity when it comes to style. Yeah.
People love to get me angry.
Oh, Wiley, I'll throw it up on the channel, no doubt. 100%, brother. You make the thing, and you got a spot. I guarantee it. Guaranteed. Promise. The guy with the mohawk, I mean, it's not done yet, obviously, is it? But that's Trapjaw. My story, there was the final battle between He-Man and Skeletor, and it changed everything. And a lot of villains, specifically Trapjaw, he saw what happened, and he's like, you know what? Skeletor. Can you still hear me? The universe avoided the spoiler. Oh, man, that's like the funniest thing ever, dude. Believe me, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on, but basically, I've got a team of former villains. In fact, they're right here on the cover of the book, on book 4. It's a team led by Fisto. You got Trapjaw, Strongarm, and Jitsu, and they end up teaming up with She-Ra. A bunch of former villains trying to do good in the world. Is everyone still there? Well, that is a funny thing you say that. Okay, Comics, what a punchy team. Well, it started out, and I started realizing there's all these characters like weapons on their right hand. Obviously, Fisto, Trapjaw, Strongarm with the big giant arm, and then Jitsu, who had this giant, mutated, ridiculous, stupid, like chopping hand, which I don't do. I just have him use his bare hands. But I'm like, they all have right-hand weapons, and you know it's because of the designs made for toys. I'm like, oh, it's kind of funny, so I even have it addressed directly, like, you know, you all got weapons on your right hands. What's that all about? Yeah, I lost connection there, D-Man. I don't know what happened. Clawful, yep, you're right. That's one. I don't have every character in the He-Man lore in my book, but I have what I thought were all the cool ones, and a couple non-cool ones that could be cool, like Strongarm and Jitsu. They were only ever in the cartoon one time, and they never even named Jitsu. So I adopted them and just started making up characters and storylines for their backstories on my own and put it in my own little fan work here. And I actually kind of find them to be interesting characters, as pretentious as that may sound. Like, I thought I did good. I made interesting characters, but I mean, I think I did. Yeah, D-Man, I saw you been posting up that artwork. I watched the one you put out where you said you shouted me out. I was like, oh shit, right, he said he did. And that's awesome, man. I like your stuff. Yeah, I like your characters, man. You're a big fan of them. What's funny, OK Comics, is that where the idea for all this came from is years ago, my brother bought me the He-Man original cartoon DVDs. I used to watch them as a kid and hadn't seen it forever. But he bought me the DVDs. I started watching them, and so I started coming up with stories. And I'm like, well, I can't do anything with this. So I started turning them into my own characters and coming up with this whole other universe of sort of similar He-Man-like characters. But the basic story that I come up with He-Man, I still kept coming back to him like, I want to tell this. So I'm like, fuck it, just do it. I want to tell. I want it out there in the world for people to read. And 5 volumes later, here I am.
my own spice. You can use it on your pit's chest and even your
Toes? Oh, that's fresh.
Yeah. That was exactly it. Yeah. Let's see. So you got the cover to book 2, but on the back cover, and then it all culminates into a big conflict. Because the premise is that Skeletor got sick of being defeated by He-Man all the time, so he left Eternia. He just vanished for a couple years and went and searched the multiverse, even though that's kind of a bad word to use anymore because the multiverse has been ruined by movies. But he started traveling through universes, and he come back with the most powerful weapons he could find to take on He-Man. And he come back with the Eye of Thundera, Voltron, and the Quintessons from Transformers. Hence the big battle that they had. There's no kicks in the nuts in my books. At least, I don't think so. I'm thinking about it. No, there's no kicks in the nuts. You did a Turtle Daredevil one, man? That would be awesome. Kind of was like a super obvious one. Has there ever been an official Daredevil Turtle crossover? I'm going to assume not, but that would actually be pretty awesome if they would just break down and do that. I saw the Batman Turtle crossover. I never bothered picking it up just because, I don't know. I guess I just can't say it interested me too much. I like the artist who does it, but not enough to pick up a book solely on his work alone. I might need to pick it up and just give it a shot. Cool looking guys in fights, and yeah, that's fair. That's fair, man. Yeah, that's for real. Yeah, seriously, just make it awesome. Make it visually awesome. That's the first step for me. Make it visually impressive, and I'm kind of, you've done most of the work. Who's the best character that Batman should cross over with that he has not yet? I mean, who's just like a great guy, a great character that should cross over with Batman? Indiana Jones. Hey, why not? Have a Batman in the 30s, almost like a Batman noir, and have him run into Indiana Jones. Why not? It's so ridiculous. It could work. Just the whole idea of like a Batman noir running around in like a old 30s style bat car, and yeah. I think the original version of Batman carried a gun and fought vampires, right? Imagine that Indiana Jones Batman crossover. That'd be some badass stuff right there. Oh yeah, the Phantom, yeah. How about a Phantom, Rocketeer, Dick Tracy Batman comic? Honestly, I would read that shit. That would actually be awesome. The Rocketeer and Dick Tracy, like Tracy's a cop. There should be like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen book like that with those characters. RoboCop. Imagine Batman and RoboCop. Holy shit. RoboCop's just blowing people away. It's like, dead or alive, you're coming with me. And Batman's like, hold up, we don't do that. And then RoboCop's just like, brrr. Then they have to fight. Yeah, see, Dick Tracy, Rocketeer, and Batman. I mean, that would be awesome. Now I kind of want to do a drawing of that. Tracy, Rocketeer, and Batman. I guess maybe the Phantom too, but I'd have to look up a lot of reference for that. But now I kind of want to do that drawing. That would be interesting. Yeah, D-Man, that sounds like that's, and then get the right artist on it. Honestly, if I get any artist to draw that out, honestly, and I'd get Adam Hughes to draw that shit. I would read the hell out of that. I'm sure there's probably other better artists, but you know who would do a good version of that is Matt Wagner. Hell, you could even throw in the Shadow there. He's got a lot of history with the Shadow. Matt Wagner doing Batman, Shadow, Rocketeer, and Dick Tracy. I don't know who Mark Schultz is. I'm sorry. Maybe I know the work if I saw it. And have Matt Wagner, have him throw Grendel in there too. Grendel would kill them all, though, is the problem. Maybe not Batman, but... Oh, I'm only kind of vaguely aware of that. Okay, Comics. I'd have to look that up. You know, Grendel's so deadly, it would take all of them against him just to stand up against him. Especially if Matt Wagner wrote it. CD, man, are we just writing the greatest crossover comic that'll never happen ever? Summon Conan the Barbarian? Oh, that'd be great. Steve Mannion? I'm just sitting here thinking about what this comic could be like. What a great idea. Should pitch this to all these studios. Be like, hey guys, what's a great comic idea? We've got one for you. Imagine Conan in the 30s. He'd be like, by Crom, I shall carve all of you into pieces. Avengers 1943, like a movie or a comic? Oh, a game. Oh, that could be interesting. I'm not a gamer, so it ultimately won't mean anything to me, but I play Grand Theft Auto Online occasionally, but that's it. That's about as far as I'm going to take this page until they just start inking. I think this pencil's just about had it. It's about met end of life, but not quite yet. Yeah, that's basically it. I call them the gauntlets. It just kind of led from Fisto having his big gauntlet on his hand, but it's a team of right-handed guys. And that's their name, is the Gauntlets. It's just kind of a name that stuck with them, and they're like a team for hire, hired muscle, but then they got pulled back into the battles raging on Eternia, and being a big part of it. You got a non-photo blue pencil? I tried those once before. They suck. But they're also not necessary anymore. And those non-photo blue pencils had like a waxy kind of lead that kind of sucked. I'm always going to just draw on pencil, man. Me personally. I've tried doing it a little bit. My brother does all his stuff digital, so I've had him like hand me over his iPad, and I've tried drawing on it, and I just feel so disconnected from it. I know it's just a matter of practice, but I didn't like it at all. I just feel so disconnected from the image that I'm drawing. I'm like, I don't want to spend the money on it, and I don't want to have to spend the time to learn how to do it. I could be spending that time just drawing in pencil the way I want to anyway, so... You know what? I stand out a little. I'm one of the few people that still draws on paper. but I get why. You can do full production on that thing. You can pencil, ink, color, letter, everything, bang it out. Yeah, that's a good point. Just use it for coloring. I'm just no good with color, so another reason for me not to get too worked up over it. See, okay, comics, that's kind of my problem. Yeah. Even my brother, who I think is, I love him to death, but his jumping on the digital bandwagon, he's taken some shortcuts that I don't think are the best expression of his work, and I don't know. He doesn't see it, so I don't tell him. I kind of like that when I'm drawing on paper, if I fuck something up, I either need to work around it and find a way to make it work, or you got to start over. And I've almost never started over due to a screw up. It's just kind of like well, let's see if I can incorporate this error. Yeah, it makes everyone with 6 fingers. Yeah, unfortunately, they'll solve that problem easy enough, soon enough. Just a big mess with that AI nonsense. It's really stupid. I haven't heard any of that, D-Man. That's interesting. kind of would think that he wouldn't do something like that, but I mean, what do I know? Yeah, I know about Cyber Frog, but I don't know anything about the comic or anything, so I don't know anything. Yeah, chickens, I have no idea what's going on. I think it's weird the guy who has drawn some big serious superhero comics is being really successful with a character named Cyber Frog. But if it works. I mean, should I come up with my own weird character instead of Cyber Frog? Have it be like I don't know, a wizard cat called Pussy Witch or something like that? That'd get eyes on it. Hey, Mooper-san, you say you were watching David Finch video featuring Jim Mafu. Oh yeah, those are both really good guys. You talked about sketching every day as part of a routine, got you interested, so you bought a sketchbook and doing drawing once a day. There you go. Yeah. Even if it's just loose outlines and ink, just like you're saying, as long as you're just putting pencil on paper or whatever, pencil, pen, whatever, you're still training, practicing, learning. So whether it's super tight or super loose, in fact, I think you can learn a lot more from being loose. Just go wild and be free, and then you end up discovering things that you can incorporate because you're being more free rather than trying to be so rigid, and then suddenly you can incorporate this new thing you discovered into your more finished drawings. But yeah, you're right, D-Man. He's doing Cyber Frog, but you know what? It's working for him, and I'll never fault anybody for being successful doing whatever the hell they're doing. I wonder if Ripa just wanted to have an ass kissing, and because I think they're all kind of politically on the hate woke shit kind of bandwagon, so they kind of thought that they could be homies based on that alone. But then Van Sciver's like, yeah, your comics are trash, brother. Yeah, see, okay, comics. That's kind of what I was saying. Like, if that's what you're saying, is that it's like with all the money he's made, you think he could hire some like really good artists, like throw some real money at them and make the books visually awesome. He needs to trim that beard and wax those shoulders. Oh shit! Shots fired. I mean, hell, with that kind of money, Ripaverse, he could have hired Liefeld. Can you imagine that? They would never do that, but...
And stepping up to the plate, the return of Denny's original Grand Slam, and it's only $7.99. Come enjoy the yummiest kid in breakfast.
He's one weird dude.
Craving a home run breakfast at Denny's, it's diner time.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go.
Man, if you had your company logo at dildo, I would want to pick that up instantly. I'd be like, all right, what's he got? What you got, man? Show me your dildo comics. Let's do it. What would be your tagline with your dildo logo? Like, getting hard for comics again? Lubing up for your comic pleasure, something like that? I don't know. Come on. Now we got to take it to its logical conclusion. Pleasuring your wife since you can't. So like, what does that have to do with comics? I'm like, I don't know. See, I'm saying, if he can do Cyber Frog, I'm gonna do, Magical Cat, Pussy Witch #1 with the dildo logo. I think we got a comic brewing, Mr. D Man. You'll have to come after Nightmare on Sesame Street, like we were talking about on the stream with Chuck that one time, with Bert and Ernie being detectives. Yeah, I'm kind of the same, Mooper-san, even though I didn't quit collecting in the 90s. In fact, I kept going forever and ever and ever. I kind of only stopped collecting in a big way in just in the last couple of years, but I like art, so there's a lot of interesting stuff to go and follow. So I think there's always been good comics out there. They just became harder to find after the 90s. Yeah. COK Comics, yeah. There was good stuff out there. When you went to college, there were more important things going on, like chicks. So I wasn't getting ladies anyway, so I might as well get comics. Yeah, D-Man, my brother, he's trying to do something. It died on me again. Is anybody still there? Roger. Okay, yeah. It said it disconnected again. I'm like, what the hell? YouTube. Yeah. Second time it's done that tonight. Do I see a bunch of Mormons in Utah? Only everywhere you go. They're nice people. A little judgy when you get into the religion part of it, but they're good folk. And honestly, the insanity in the world. I'll take these religious folks over some of the craziness going on. Hell, I even married one for a minute. But once everything went to shit, the religion that wasn't an issue suddenly became a big issue. And, well, that didn't work out. Yeah, but I gotta pick my crazy there, Mooper-san. And there's some cultural stuff going on these days I just do not agree with. And I can tolerate religious folks as long as they let me be me. It's true, D-Man. Very true. But humanity needs to have meaning to keep itself together. And I think humanity, or well, not humanity, but like this country, has lost meaning. And they're losing their minds. And shit's gonna get real bad real soon. What's a black pill person? I've heard about red pill people or whatever, but I'm not sure about black pill people. Nihilistic. Yeah, there you go. That I think you just nailed it right there. You're a smart guy, D-man. They don't believe in anything, so they don't care about anything. That phrases it. I'm gonna remember that phrasing for a long time. Yeah, I'm not even like a religious guy, but I feel like there's some dark shit going on in the world, and I don't like the feeling that I have. I just feel like there's bad times coming. I mean, maybe, like I said, I used to never think that way. My ex-wife would talk about it all the time, and now I'm like, I even talked to her recently. I'm like, yeah, so much of the stuff you talked about is just, you were right on. I just didn't believe you. It's scary shit out there. I even saw this video from, I don't know, I'm hesitant to mention the name of who because it could be controversial, but some that Andrew Tate was talking about. And I was like, oh God, the way he just phrased this whole thing. I'm like, Jesus. Let me find what I'm talking about. Where the hell is it? I was just looking at it. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Okay, comics.
Things from hell are amongst us. Shut the fuck. Things from hell are amongst us. Please, call me crazy. Go out in Miami tonight and look around you. And for once in your life, don't look at your fucking screen and don't sit there with fog brain or TikTok mind. Actually pay attention. And then you're gonna see somebody. You're gonna look at them. You're gonna look at the look in their eye and look at the way they're walking. And you're gonna say, that's a fucking demon. That ain't a person. How else can we explain the spiritual war in which we're under? Where there are people who will purport and endlessly try and perpetuate lies which they know are not true to enslave all of humanity, including our future bloodlines. They're demons. They're demons working for Satan.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never been a religious person, but I'm like, there's just too much little shit going on. I think there's been so many changes in culture that are just, we accept little change here, little change here, little change, little change, little change. The next thing you know, there's nothing recognizable. On a lighter note, I found a clip of some anime um, where these guys they jerk off and bust nuts as weapons to fight vampires. I think, like these literally jerking off. Oh, that guy took a load right to the face. Oh, God, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah, I know, right? It ain't right. It ain't right, but I have to sit here and who can reach peak moment first and fire one off. Oh. I'm sorry you had to see that comedy flu. But on the flip side, I'm kind of like real glad you kind of had to see it with us. Right? What the hell was it called? I don't think it doesn't say what it was. If you saw it, they got to see it. Oh, man. Oh, it's so great.
identification. You don't need to see his identification.
Yes, I do, or I wouldn't ask.
You're very attractive for a stormtrooper.
Is it me, or is this guy weird? Nuts, man.
I'm single.
Oh, that's it. Get the out of here, you dirty perv.
People can be gross, but they can be very funny. Like the friend who recommends shitty movies so you all can talk about it. And like, I'm not going to be the only one who saw this shit. That's fair. Oh, let me find you something that will just blow your mind with how ridiculous it is.
Don't be racist. I am a building. Don't be racist. I am a building.
All right, watch this.
Don't be racist. I am a building. Don't be racist. I am a building.
I have no explanation for that one. But there's an extended version where another building shows up and it's a girl and they talk about their buildings and they're not racist. I'm like, okay. I can't explain that. So me and my coworker, we say that to each other all the time. We just walk up to each other and be like, don't be racist. Or we say it backwards. We say, don't be building, I am a racist. And we think we're funny. Yeah, I think I might call it a night too. It's been fun. Thanks for stopping in, OK Comics. Forgive me if you've chimed in before on these and we've talked, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But thank you for joining. It was fun. I appreciate the conversation. Yeah, we'll be doing it again tomorrow night. Me and Jessica will be on here, so won't be just my boring ass. It'll be like cute girl talking with us too. So it's a little more interesting. Okay, I thought you were a first time. I get so many randos sometimes I can't keep it all straight. But thanks for the conversation, man. I really mean it. I really appreciate it. It was fun. And D man, you always got good conversations, so I appreciate it too. All right, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks, guys.